All right, so welcome guys, welcome to the session, and I hope all of you guys are pretty much fine due to this pandemic. Uh, this was not expected, right? And it happened, but I hope you guys are safe and doing good. So let's get started, and I hope the entire journey which we will have on data visualization with Tableau, Power BI, and SQL will be an amazing, right? Amazing journey you will have. So we'll discuss about what we are going to talk about in this entire curriculum. We are going to talk about myself, and also we'll talk about what all things we are going to cover. I am Rahul Tiwari with around 14 plus years of industry experience, and I worked for various companies like Accenture, Capgemini, Tech Mahindra, Deloitte. There is a company in Gurgaon, Raw Mind Analytics. Then I am currently working for cognitive analytics as well as a data scientist. If I talk about my skill sets, then I have good experience on data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence. I have very deep knowledge on business intelligence, work for various clients on retail, telecom, and various different domains. I'm Tableau certified, and Power BI we are going to talk about as well, which is a visualization tool. And I worked on other tools like Informatica, R, Alteryx, Python, and so on. If I talk about the package which I was having in Deloitte. So I'll give you a quick idea. I because this the only reason is that how these tools are beneficial for any BI related stuffs, right? And it's like an amazing. Mukul is not able to hear me. Please check Mukul your connectivity. So BI is like an amazing field of industry, and data is growing day by day, and we require to analyze that data. So if you see the package which I was having in Deloitte is around 31 lakhs, and currently I am having 38 lakhs with cognitive analytics. I started my career in Accenture, and my package was around 2.5 when I started, right? And in Deloitte, with around 12 years of experience, I was having 31 lakhs. So I will say the best thing happened with me during my tenure was I got introduced with Tableau. I got introduced with Power BI, and if you are getting into data world, SQL is definitely required. If SQL is if you don't have any idea on SQL, then it will be difficult for us to understand what's going on because we are not dealing with huge and huge like file systems. We are dealing with huge and huge amount of data set which are there in the databases. If I talk about Oracle, if I talk about uh, uh, MySQL. Hey Mukul, give me a minute, guys. I see Mukul is facing some issue. Mukul is not able to hear me. Hitanshi, are you able to hear me? Okay, all right. So Mukul, tech team will connect with you. All right. Okay, so as I mentioned, right, I introduced with these softwares, and it's an amazing experience which I had both when I was working for various different clients, and I work for various different domains like retail industry. I work for you can say insurance industry. I have good experience on financial industries. I work for telecom industry. I work for aircraft industry, right? And just think about a scenario that we have data in any of the domain, right? We cannot see that data is not there in any of the domain. Tell me any domain, tell me any business where data is not there. Now data is there, we have to understand that data, right? And that is what we are going to talk about as and when the slide will come in. So if you see here, I trained around 5,000 plus professionals on Tableau. Power BI, SQL, Python, Tableau, R, and lot many skill sets. One of my student, which was my very first student, and he got around 300% hike, and he was working for Encore Technologies, and he is now currently working for American Express, and his package was around 3 point something, and he got 9 point something. So that was the demand, and again the dedication was there from that particular professional, and he was doing as of now he is doing great. One of my student was retail that this thing real estate agent, right? No one can think of real estate agent will go to data science company and work for. He is working for Novartis as a data scientist, right? So see, the dedication is required if you are actually looking for gaining some good experience on data world. Next is the goal. So now the goal of me in this entire curriculum will be that you should able to understand this particular softwares which we are going to talk about. That is Power BI, Tableau, and SQL in very much detail. Right. My teaching technique will be I will come up with a small business case. Today also I'll come up with one small business case and we'll try to solve that business case. And during that process, you will able to understand that what type of problem, what type of skills of Tableau I will require to solve that particular business problem. And I will make sure that after completing this entire curriculum, you should able to easily, without any issues, able to show 3+ years of industry experience without any problem. And that is my guarantee. Because we are going to touch each and every basic knowledge of this particular tools, right? And again the dedication from my side will be 100%, but at the same time I am going to give you a lot of projects. I want you guys to do hands on as well. If dedication is there from your side, you will definitely get a good job, no doubt about that, but it is just practice is required. Tableau is a tool where we have to do a lot of practice. Power BI is a tool which will require a lot of practice. SQL, again, a lot of scenarios we have to build. All right, now I quickly talk about data. You see that each of the industry which you are seeing here, can you tell me any of the industry is not taking care of data? There is no data in any of the industries. There is no, right? All the industries will have data, and data is growing day by day. People are talking about data science, people are talking about machine learning, people are talking about Tableau, Power BI. Why? Because the data is growing day by day exponentially. Okay, data is growing exponentially, and to analyze that data, it is very important to have a tool like Tableau or Power BI. I'll give you a quick example. This is my data set. All right, Mukul, perfect. This is my small data set. 43 records are there. All right, I just want to ask you, what is the total sales I have for each region? Let's say we have only these many records. Now I'll ask you, what is the total sales we have in each region? First of all, I have to create a field called sales. Let's say we'll do that this into this. I have a sales value. I'll just put it here. Now, can you quickly, in 2 minutes, can you tell me what is the sales in each region? I want the sales amount in each region. That's it. 309 is only one record. We have each region here also. We have each region here also. We have each region here also, and so on, guys. Right? We have to sum up. We want to do group by through pivot. Right? Basically, we have to modify the data, and that is what Tableau will make us doing very easily, quickly. Here we are talking about only few records. I'm talking about how much? Only 15 records. What will happen when we have millions of records? I work for some of the clients where I was dealing with 400 million records. And in that point in time, it is very difficult for us to analyze that data. And data is exponentially growing. The only reason is that the costing of the hardware reduced drastically. If you remember, in our childhood days, we used to get a this thing floppy, right? I don't know the size of the floppy. It's very small. If you see the pen drive, we are used to getting the pen drive in around 1000, 2000, 3000 rupees. But now 1 terabyte hard disk you are getting in 1000, 2000, 3000 rupees. You see that the costing of saving the data is very much reduced. If I talk about cloud, Amazon Web Services, if I talk about Google Platform, if I talk about Azure, Microsoft, they are charging few dollars to save huge amount of data set. And during this entire journey of our training, I'll talk about my real-time experiences as well. I work for Celgene, one of my clients. I work for CNO Financials. I work for various different Nordia, and there are a lot of banks as well. What all real-time architecture we had, we'll talk about that also. And you'll see that how Tableau is getting integrated with various softwares and makes things faster. How Power BI can be used and makes my decision making faster. So if you see this simple example of 15 records, it was very difficult for me to find out what is the sales of each region, central region, and so on. And that is the purpose of tools like data visualization tools, which is Tableau and Power BI. Because my data is growing day by day, and at the same time, I have to analyze that data so quickly that I can take the decision in no time. I should able to get the answer quickly so that I will able to come up with the solution for it. For example, sales in each region is very less. I want to analyze why it is less, and then I will see the pain point and try to solve that pain point. And those things are very much achievable through these tools. It is very simple tool, guys. If you if you study dedicatedly, I will give you guarantee you will able to learn these tools without any issue. It's a very simple software. I'll come back to the PPT. There are various softwares available in the market. We have Click, we have Tableau, we have Power BI, we have Tipco, Spotfire, and so on. There are many more. But the market share which we have for Tableau and Power BI including is around 90%. Right? These two are the best tools in the market. If you see that the latest Gartner quadrant, you can see Tableau and Microsoft Power BI is like way ahead of the rest of the tools. Every year, Gartner as a company generates this magic quadrant. This is the latest 2020 January magic quadrant. Tableau and Microsoft Power BI are on top. Now you must be interested about the salary package as well. As a fresher, 6.5, 6 lakhs is nothing. You can easily able to get it. I was working in Deloitte as a Tableau developer. I was a team lead and handling a team of 15 people, and at the same time I was developing some reports from myself as well, and my package was around 31 lakhs. And the same was with various different companies as well. It's not about Deloitte, it's about different companies as well. They are giving handsome salary because this is very critical for any business. If I want to talk about how much coronavirus is spreading all over the world, will you able to see the numbers and you will able to judge it? No, right? I need visualizations. Maybe in the tomorrow's class we'll create one coronavirus data. Using that we will create a visualization. We'll see that how it can be solved. So when my data is growing, I need some solution which will give me the output in a visual forms, because human brain is designed in a way that it understands the data through colors, sizes, shapes, right? Rather than just giving the numbers here. I will not able to understand what's going on here by seeing the numbers. I need the charts. I need to understand what this data is all about. Which region is performing better, which representative is performing better, what all items, suppose what is the total sales of pen set, and so on. It's a small data we are talking about. We'll talk about some more big data as well in the future classes. But as of now, you can see just with few records, it's very difficult for me to find the insights. That's why I need a software. As a fresher, as an experienced professional, as a non-technical professional, you will easily able to understand this software. Today we'll take one small use case. We'll try to solve that use case, and while solving that use case, you will see that how beautiful this software is. So before I jump into Tableau directly, I will just quickly talk about the curriculum which we have, what all things we are going to talk about. So in Tableau, we'll start with Tableau. Tableau will be the very first classes, around 30 hours of content, 30 to 40 hours of 38 hours of content. So here you can see that we have this course map where we'll start with the introduction. Then we have aggregation granularity, very, very important concept. If you are not understanding this concept, then it's very difficult for us to understand the entire Tableau. And that is why we'll spend dedicatedly 2 hours for this. Then we have action filter, action highlights. We have customer segmentation dashboards. We'll talk about very interesting stuffs like how can we make things dynamic in Tableau using parameters. This is data blending, which is one of the important concepts and very interesting concepts as well. We'll talk about that in detail. Finding top 10 gems. Here we'll try to solve a use case, and while solving that use case, you will see the real power of Tableau. That is my guarantee that this class will be the best class out of, obviously all classes will be the best, but this is the bestest, I would say. Amazing class because you will actually able to see the power of Tableau. Then we'll have table calculation, very, very important because lot of calculations going at different angle. We'll see that. And if this understanding is not clear, then it is difficult for us because running total, year on year sales, all those things are very important KPIs for me. And if you are not understanding that how to create that KPI, it is difficult. And that is why we are spending around 2 classes on this. Very, very important concept. We'll try to solve a lot of use cases on these concepts as well. Level of details, one of the toughest topic, and I would say in Tableau this is the toughest topic we will have. Level of details, and I will try to make this as simple as possible, and I'll give you a guarantee you will understand this in detail. Then we'll connect, like we'll give you the video based some content, how to connect to databases, how to integrate with R, which is a programming language again. Then dashboard techniques we'll talk about. So these are some of the techniques which is mentioned. Apart from that, I will cover some more stuffs which I recently completed with my client. So I got some new skills. I'll just share that with you as well. I'll talk about different type of charts. These are like few charts. Apart from that, we can again create a lot of charts. I will try to cover as many as charts as possible. Tableau server, 2 hours of video content I will give you. Apart from that, there is a concept of Tableau online as well. I will talk about different types of servers which Tableau has. So you will able to understand that what different servers are, and online sir will give you the Tableau online training as well in the class, face-to-face class, like in on this online class. Then I am Tableau certified, so I will help you to clear Tableau certification as well. If you are looking for clearing the certification, you can. For a fresher, it is fine, but for professional, I think if you are going for an interview, if you answer the question, that is more important rather than just clearing the certification. Certification is tough, by the way. In Deloitte, there were around 50 student, 50 professional did that, cleared the certification. Appeared for the certification, 3 cleared. So that was the ratio. That is the toughest exam. Yeah. Now we'll come to Power BI. Hey Sonia, any questions you have? Till this point, any questions you have, guys? So in Power BI, again, we are going to talk about entire curriculum. What is Power BI? Introduction of Power BI. Power BI desktop, query editor. Again, very important concept, how to generate the queries and all those things. Introduction to data model. Again, this is very, very important because when we are joining the data, we have to understand which type of join we have to perform, whether it is many to many, one to one, one to many, or so on. DAX. This is also very important concept, which is helping us to create some calculations. We'll talk about that again in detail. Report view to create data visualization. Again, once we are creating a visualization, we have to talk about slicers, different type of charts in detail. Once the reporting is done, how will I share it? So Power BI service comes into picture. We'll talk about that as well in detail. There are a lot of points which we have to cover. So this will be the entire curriculum for Power BI, which is around 20 hours of content. Now, obviously, when you are working on 2 tools, one tool will be your favorite, right? And if you talk about any tool, let's say I want to compare Python and R, for example, I will love to go with Python because it's an amazing programming software. Similarly, Tableau and Power BI, I will love to go with Tableau because that's an amazing tool. And Power BI is obviously it's in the top in the market, no doubt about that. But that is my personal favorite. Tableau is my personal favorite. Apart from that, we have SQL. As I mentioned, that SQL is one of the important concepts as well. And if you're not knowing SQL, it is difficult for us to do some reverse engineering, I would say. For example, let's say I have a report is giving me some wrong numbers, and I want to analyze that wrong number, why this KPI is giving me wrong value. I have to do the reverse engineering. I want to understand in the SQL. Suppose my source is a SQL. I have to understand why this particular value is giving me the wrong output, and I have to do some reverse engineering. I want to create some queries. For example, let's say sales in mail is high, but as per my data it should be low. So I have to create a query in the database, select star from or select sum of sales from table group by gender. So we have to understand how to write the query, because if something is wrong in the data, then query will help me to solve the problem. So there is some question from Sonia, I guess. I'll just unmute her. Yeah, you are unmuted, I guess. Sonia, you can speak. Yes, Sonia, you can speak now.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
Sonia.
yeah. Am I audible right now?
Yes, yes, yes. Tell me.
Yeah, I just wanted to understand the major difference between Power BI and Tableau and like how they could be much more useful.
Difference between.
Power BI and Tableau.
So basically, it's just the I would say, for example, the purpose of both the softwares is to create the visualizations. One is from Tableau company, one is from Microsoft company. Some of the visualizations which I have to create in Tableau will require some tricks. For example, suppose I want to create a donut chart in Tableau, so I have to do some trick. There is no
Okay.
direct chart available, but in Power BI that is available directly. So if I talk about various type of charts which you can create easily, then Power BI is the good option. But more functionality wise, for example, suppose I want to connect to any database, right? Then Tableau is one of the software which helps me to connect to any database. However, Power BI has some limitation. Power BI started with Microsoft tool stack, connect to Microsoft SQL Server, Microsoft MySQL, and so on. But now they are slowly expanding the connectivity. However, in Tableau, you can connect to any data. I will show you that once we'll start the software. You'll see that I can connect to any database. So there are like some pros and cons, and the best time to answer this will be once we'll complete both the software. You will able to understand the difference. But as of now,
For
both
sure.
tools have its pros and cons. Some tool like obviously Tableau is a bit of expensive, but the quality of the visualizations which Tableau provides is amazing. However, Microsoft is cheaper version, but again, it is also creating some of the good visuals. But as I mentioned, the Tableau is more versatile, more connectivity wise, it's amazing. So that's why most of the companies are actually going to Tableau and using that as a visualization software. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So the purpose of both the software is to just analyze and understand data. And again, we'll take the use case, we'll try to solve it, and while solving it, you will able to understand. So this is my SQL content where we'll talk about how to create the tables, how to create the different types of data types, primary keys, foreign keys. There are some constraints, which is again very important. how to insert, update, delete. These are like DDL, DML, DCL type of commands we'll talk about. Then again, there are some group by statements, which is very important. We'll talk about different type of joins as well. Union. We'll deal with timestamps and extract. So this will be around 4 hours of content where we'll talk about how SQL gonna help you in your day-to-day work. I will connect MySQL or Oracle with Tableau as well, so that you will able to see how we can connect Tableau with SQL and create the visualizations as well. All right. So that is about the entire path, course path we have, which we'll follow. Now I'll jump to Tableau. Now Tableau is a company which is now acquired by Salesforce. This particular software or this particular company has various softwares. We'll talk about each and every software and we'll try to understand the purpose of it and what software we are going to learn in this entire curriculum. The first software is Tableau Desktop. Tableau Desktop is a software where we actually create the data visualization, where we actually create the charts. All right. Now Tableau Desktop has two versions. One is personal, second is professional. Personal will cost you around $420 per year per user. That will be the cost. Professional will cost you around $840 per year per user. Now question arises, which software will we use for training? Right? Because we cannot spend that much of amount for training. That is why there is one more software comes in known as Tableau Public. All right. Tableau Public is a free software which you can use for training purposes. Obviously, it is a free, so there will be some limitations. The limitations are I cannot connect to databases. I can only connect to file systems. That means Excel file, CSV file, text file, those type of files we can connect to. That is the limitation, first of all. Second is if I am creating any report and if I try to save in my local machine, it will not be able to save. It will save in a Tableau public server. We'll talk about each and everything in detail. Today is the first class. I'm not going deeper what is public server and so on, but it stores in public server. That means if you are using client data, it is exposing to the public. That's why for client work, we will not use this software. These two are main limitations. There are other limitations as well, which we will on the period of time, we'll discuss that. But now I will give you a trick which will give you this software for free for 1 year. Professional version, which is costing you $840, you will get it for free by using Tableau student license. If you are a student, you can get the license absolutely free, and that license will be for 1 year. Tableau professional version. All right. So if you see here, this is the form which you have to fill. You have to upload the ID card as well. I'll ping you guys this link so that you will have this handy. So this link, you can go ahead and put the details and you will get the license in next 15 minutes if it is a weekday. If it's a weekend, then obviously it will come in weekday. But in 15-20 minutes, you will get the license. And that license will be absolutely free for 1 year. So as a Tableau developer, these softwares are what we are going to use. And in our entire training, we are going to talk about these softwares. Tableau desktop, basically. So personal, professional, public, these are the different variants. This is $420, this is $840, this is free, but it look and feel wise all are same. There is no difference. There will be some limitations, but look and feel wise. Suppose I want to create one chart in public, that can be created in personal as well. that can be created in professional as well. So there is no limitation on the chart. You can create any type of chart in any of the three tools. So to create a chart, there is no problem. It is just the connectivity wise, there is some limitation for public. If you don't have student license, then you can go to public.tableau.com. Here you can download the public software as well. That is free of cost. But you have to sign up as well, because as I mentioned, that once you install Tableau Public and create some visualizations, it will save in public server. That's why you need the sign up, because that will require the public login, public server login. So this is the link which you will use for downloading Tableau Public. So here we actually do the development. Till this point, any questions you have? Any doubts you have till this point? Are you guys comfortable till what we have discussed? Quickly, you can respond over the chat, guys. All right, perfect. Now, once we are done with the development, let's consider a scenario. We have a very small company, okay, and we created some charts. And I want to, let's say I am a developer, you guys are management. Now I want to share my report with you guys. How will I share that? There will be some solution, right? I can create some visuals, but I have to share with the larger audiences. How can I do that? For that, we have three options. Let's take a paint to help you understand in very much in detail. Let's say we have a very small company. Okay, I am a developer. So here you go. I am a developer. This is my desktop. I am creating the report, and you guys are my management. I want to share my report with you guys. We have 5 audiences, and I want to share this report with you guys. The solution for the small company will be Tableau Reader. Tableau Reader is a software which is free of cost. You can get it from Tableau website. Tableau Reader is something like, with the name suggests, right? Reader. It helps you to read the report. It's a free software which you can download from this. Small company can use this for creating or for reading the reports. All right. So you don't have to do anything, just download this, and I will share my Tableau file with you. You guys will able to see the report. Free option you have. So what is my cost as a company? My cost will be, I have to purchase one license of Tableau desktop. Now suppose our company is very small, so I can go with personal version, right? I don't have to go with professional version. Suppose my sources are Oracle, my sources are Teradata, big data, then personal will not work, because personal is also having a limitation that it takes the file system as a source, Excel file, CSV file. So suppose your Excel file, CSV file, those type of files are as a source. In that case, we can go with personal version, and I have to spend $420 only. That is for entire year. And I will ask you guys the download Tableau Reader, and we are done. My reporting solution is done, ready. What I will do, I will create the report. I will maybe put this report in one SharePoint, and you guys can download from this SharePoint. Or I will email you guys the report. You can open up in Tableau Reader. You can download from SharePoint and you can open up in Tableau Reader, or I can mail you guys also. That is also fine. So that is the solution for a small business. How to share the report. One is Tableau Reader, free solution. Small company can think of it. Okay. Next, I will go to the second option once I talk about the third option. The third and the expensive option is Tableau server. Tableau server is actually a software. Now let me talk about this entire architecture. I have a very big company. I have thousands and thousands of employees. I cannot ask everyone that download Tableau Reader and I will email you the report. Right? It will be very manual type of task. I don't want that type of thing. So what is the solution? I have one developer. Rahul Tiwari is a developer and he is developing the report. I have huge amount of population available. Lot many people, right? There is no limit. There are lot many stakeholders. So what is the solution? How will I share my report with these guys? What I will do is I will purchase Tableau server. Tableau server is a software, something like Microsoft PowerPoint. It's like a software, not like PowerPoint, but it's like a software which you have to install in a machine. Okay. So now what all cost I have to bear? I have to bear a machine cost. Right? I have to purchase one machine where I will install Tableau server. As I mentioned, Tableau server is a software, which is again the cost around $1,000 per year. So this software I have to purchase. I have to purchase one server, the physical machine, because this is a software. This is a physical machine which I have to purchase. It can be a on-premise. I can purchase a physical server, or I can go with Amazon Web Services or Google platform or anything, right? I have to purchase one physical machine as well. On cloud or on-premise, that is business choice based on the budget. And then I will require one person who can maintain this entire system. That means I need to hire a guy as well. Or maybe I as a developer have to support this. Let's say I'm hiring one guy for that. So total cost will be this guy's salary, this machine cost, the server, physical server, and this Tableau server cost. These are the three costs I have for this entire system. So it's a very expensive affair. So big companies can go for Tableau server software. Big companies. Now question arises, what is the solution for mid-size companies? For mid-size companies, there is a solution called Tableau Online. And in this entire curriculum, we are going to talk about this Tableau desktop. We are going to talk about Tableau Online as well. Okay. Now, what is Tableau Online? Tableau Online is nothing but everything remains the same. Everything is same. There is no difference. The only difference is this machine is owned by Tableau on cloud. This server software is owned by Tableau, and this guy, Tableau will take care of that. So basically, Tableau Online is nothing but it's Tableau server only, but that is the service provided by Tableau to the companies. Tableau says that you don't purchase server, I will give you my server with all the necessary securities on cloud. So this is a service on cloud, SaaS, software as a service. You just have to pay me $40 per user per month. How many users I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say thousands of users. $40 per user per month I will charge. If you are purchasing the license in bulk, I will give you huge discount. That discount goes to $10 per user per month as well, based on how much license you are purchasing. So basically, this entire architecture which I have is owned by Tableau. Machine cost, Tableau. Software server cost, Tableau. Guy cost, Tableau. I don't have to pay anything. So mid-size company can go for Tableau online as a solution. Till this point, all of you guys are fine. We spoke about two types of scenarios. One is desktop, where we create the report, server reader online, where we share the report. Okay, so that is what the solution we have. Now, question arises. Before I jump, all of you guys are fine? Abhishek told yes. What about others? The next software which we have is they recently launched, I think last year they launched 2019. Yeah, 2019 was last year. So they launched Tableau Prep. It is a software which is helping me for cleaning the data. You must have heard about softwares like Alteryx, Informatica. Those are like ETL software, extraction, transformation, and load, helping to clean the data and all those things. So Tableau Prep is also one of the ETL software which Tableau created or launched last year. Obviously, they launched last year, so the limitations are there because it's very new software. It is not very extensive. They are trying to enhance this software and uh, basically some improvement is required. If I want to compare this software with Alteryx, Alteryx is like quite old software and very much in demand rather than Prep. But they launched it. They will obviously over the period of time come up with some more enhancements. So as I mentioned, that Tableau student license you get free, right? You will get Tableau Prep license also free with the same license. So the license which you will get here, that license will be for Tableau Prep and Tableau Desktop. 1 year. Okay. So in one of the classes, I'll talk about Prep as well. I'll give you some idea about how Prep looks like, how we can solve that data issues using Prep. We'll discuss that also. One class will take on that. And finally, reporting on the go. I'm in my cab. I want to analyze my reports. How will I do that? Tableau Mobile is the solution. It's an app in Android as well as on iOS. You can download that. But you will able to see the reports only when you will have access to Tableau Online or Tableau Server. If you don't have access to Tableau Online or Tableau Server, you will not able to see the reports in mobile because it asks for login ID password of online or server. If it is not there, then obviously this app is of no use. Okay, so these are the various products we have in Tableau. And now I'll talk about Tableau Desktop. We'll solve one small use case. But before that, I need confirmation from all of you guys. Are everything till this point, all of you fine? Any questions you have, please let me know. I'll repeat it. Is that making sense to all of you? I would appreciate if you quickly respond. Okay, perfect. Now, let's try to solve one use case. Okay. Because I don't like to go to PPT and all, right? So let's practically solve some use case and understand what this software is all about. Here is the small business problem which we'll solve. And while solving this, you will get an idea about Tableau software, Tableau desktop software. Okay. It's the end of financial year and it's time for annual bonuses. The store operates in 3 regions and only the top performing employee in each region qualifies for a bonus. Find out which 3 employees are eligible to get bonuses for this year. Employees are measured on total sales. Simple problem. I have a store in 3 different regions. I want to know which employee performing top in the respective region, and then I want to give the bonus to those top performing employees. The data set which we have is this one. We have order date, region, representative, item, units, and unit price. I don't have total sales field out here because if you see in the PPT, they are saying that employees are measured on total sales, and I don't have total sales. That is nothing but units into unit price. Now, obviously, I can create a new field here, total sales. I can create the same field in Tableau as well. So why not we do it in Tableau? We are learning Tableau, so let's do it. So those guys who are using Excel, you can see that it is pretty much the same in Tableau as well. You just have to connect to the data and then you can play around with this and create a calculated fields. There are a lot of functions available. We'll see each and everything in detail. So I'll go here, Tableau. You can see Tableau. This is the software which I have. There are various versions we have. The latest version which we have is Tableau 2020.2. I have 2020.1. I already opened this. You see, update to 2020.2. This is the very first page. Once you open Tableau, this is the very first page we have. I told you guys I can connect to n number of databases. I have professional version. You can go to help. You can check about Tableau. You can see that it is a professional edition. That is what we discussed here. This one. So we have the professional edition. That means the full stack software. And if it is a full stack software, I can connect to any databases, guys. You can see that there is no limitations at all. In fact, most of the names we are also not aware of, right? Chaos, Cognitio, what all thing? I am also not aware of that. Like a lot of things we have here. I can connect to any database. That is the power of this particular software. Amazing connectivity. If a new database comes into market, downloads its ODBC or JDBC connector, we are done. Suppose tomorrow Abhishek launches one database, myabhishekSQL.com, something like that. Then in that case, he will have his JDBC and ODBC connection. He can download that JDBC ODBC connection and done. He will able to connect to his database. And that is the power of this particular software. Now, if you see here, these are some of the sample data sets which Tableau provides for practice purposes. Sample Superstore, EU, Sample Superstore, World Indicators. These are the sample databases which Tableau provides. These are the sample dashboards which Tableau provides for showing how Tableau can be used. Once you download this Tableau in your machine, in my documents, you will see my Tableau repository. It will automatically comes in. We will talk about this folder as and when we'll proceed. Today, I don't want to get into much technical. I'll just show you the power of this software. Then we'll talk about each and every folder out here which is present. But for now, if you see the database I have, like the file which I have, the file which we have is office supply, and office supply file is nothing but comma separated value files, also known as CSV files. If I right click this and edit in Notepad++, you can see that it is a comma separated, right? The columns are comma separated. That is why it is known as CSV file, comma separated value files. And in Tableau, comma separated value file is nothing but a text file. So when you have CSV as a source, you can connect that using Tableau by using this text file option. If you go with Excel option, it will not work. It will throw you an error. So I'm going to the text file. I'll go to the location where the file is present. And here is my second page of Tableau. Once you connect Tableau, you will see this particular page. And here we have a lot of options available. Few of the options I will talk about in today's class, few of the options I will talk about in tomorrow's class. Because more technical options I will talk about in tomorrow's class. But as of now, if you see here, once I connect to the data, you see order date, region, representative, item, units, and unit price. Same values we have here also. Order date, region, representative, item, units, and unit price. So exactly the same columns we have, same data we have. Tableau is so smart, it understands that this is a date field. You see this calendar, it automatically understood that it is a date field. Any format it will pass, it will understand. So Tableau has 5 different data types. The first is date time, which you see here. Second is ABC. ABC is nothing but string. Third is hash, which is nothing but number. It can be decimal, it can be whole number. In this particular data, we have 3 types of data types only. But apart from that, there are 2 more types of data types, which we will see in the future classes. The fourth one is Boolean, true, false. And the fifth one is geographic dimension. So basically, Tableau has 5 different types of data types. Now, what is data type? For example, Abhishek. It's a name, right? String. So it will store in string field. Let's say the age is 23. So age is a number. It will store in a hash number field. So the property of the data, based on that, Tableau decides that what type of data type it is. We have date time as one data type. Second is number, which can be decimal or whole number. And then we'll have string. Then we have Boolean. Then we have geographic dimension. These are the 5 data types we have: date, date time, string, number, Boolean, and geographic dimension. Okay, geographic dimension is nothing but in your data set, if the column is country, state, city, or postal code. In your data set, if the column names are country, state, city, and postal code present, then Tableau automatically understands that it is a geographic dimension. Okay. But suppose in your data set, country, the name is, the column of the country is not the column which consists of country details. The column name is region. Then Tableau will not able to understand that it's a country. It's not considered as a geographic dimension. So my column name should be country. If column name is country, then Tableau will understand it's a geographic dimension. Suppose my country column is now region, then Tableau will not understand that it's a geographic dimension. And we have to make automatic changes. We'll see that in the future classes. So these are the 5 different data types which we see here in my data. Here there is an option, manage metadata. You see this manage metadata option. Here we are getting a small table, field name, table, remote field name. What does this mean? Because this column are same, this column are same, this column are same, all the column names are same. Why there is a duplicate? Suppose let's consider a scenario when we are dealing with a database type of problem, we don't create a functional name as a column name. For example, transaction date. Okay. In database, what we will do? T underscore pt something. So I as a developer will understand that it is a transaction date. But you as a business will not able to understand what is t underscore dt. For that, I want to give a name, transaction date, right? So when I am connecting to the table, let's say this is t underscore dt. This is also t underscore dt. I have to rename. Let's say order date is very technical name. I'm not able to understand as a functional person. I'm not able to understand it. I have to change it to date. You see that I'm getting the option to update this field, but I'm trying to update this field. It is not getting updated. So what is the purpose? This is like a source to target mapping. I want to make this column name very simple to the business user. But at the same time, I have to understand that if this column is coming from this table, in this table, this column is what giving me the data. So if something is wrong in this column, then actually in the database, this column is having problem. So it's a source to target mapping. So if I want to do some reverse engineering and I made the column changes, column name changes, then I will able to track that okay, in this table, in the database, this column is having the problem. So I have to check at this column, what is the problem. So that is nothing but source to target mapping. Till this point, are you guys fine? Any questions till this point? Boolean is like true false. Boolean data type is nothing but it's a true false type of data. Okay. All right. Now here you have some options. I will not talk about this today. We'll talk about it tomorrow because I don't want to overwhelm you guys with more information. But this again some interesting option we have. We'll discuss that in the tomorrow's class. Now I'll go to sheet 1. This is the third page I have for Tableau where we can create the visualizations. Tableau is so smart. It understands that this is my dimension, this is my measures. Now, what is dimension? What is measure? Dimension is like a categorical data. Region, gender, state, right? These are categories. Category, subcategory, department. These are categories. But salary, sales, profit, discount, quantity, those are nothing but measures. All right. So basically, if I want to get an idea, what is dimension, what is measure, those fields which are numbers are measures. Those fields which are strings or date or geographic dimension or boolean, those are dimensions. But there are chances that some of the numbers can be dimension as well. For example, employee ID. Employee ID 1 is one category, right? Let's say Sonia is having employee ID 1. Mukul ID is employee ID 2. If I am summing up Sonia's employee ID plus Mukul's employee ID, will that make any sense? 1 plus 2 is 3. What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything, right? So when I have a number and I'm summing up the value and it is not making any sense, then it should be a dimension. So automatically my employee ID becomes a dimension. It should be a dimension because logically it is not making any sense if I sum up all the employee IDs. No point. So some of the numbers which aggregation is not making any sense are considered as dimensions. But sales, profit, discount, quantity, these type of things are my measures. So you see here, this is the segregation happening. We'll talk about measure value, measure name as and when we proceed. It will be a bit of advanced concept we'll discuss later on. There is an analytics option which we will talk about. We can do clustering, we can do little bit of forecasting as well. A lot of things we can do here. Some analytics can be performed using Tableau. You see there is a page option which is helping us to do some animations using Tableau. We'll see that in the future class. Filters, we'll talk about filters as well. Suppose I am interested in mails data, I will do the filter on mail. This is one of the important section of Tableau marks card, where I can change the color, change the size, add some label. You'll see that today. I'll show you that. Rows and columns, where we can drag the rows and columns by these fields. We'll see that again. Then we have show me. Tableau by default provides 24 different charts. Apart from that, we can create some custom charts as well. Also, you have option of creating multiple sheets. There is no limitations. You can create hundreds and hundreds of sheets, no problem. In one of my projects, I created around 120 sheets, and all the sheets I put it in desktop, the dashboard. There is an option of dashboard. You see here, new dashboard. Sheet is like an individual chart I can create. Dashboard is an option where I can put all the sheets in a single page, like that. You see here, I have all the charts coming in single page. Something like this we can create. We'll see that in the future class. But you see all the four charts in single page. There is a concept of story as well. We'll talk about it also in future class. This is helping us to do some presentation. But as of now, let me delete all these things not required. As and when we'll proceed, we'll discuss that. I'll come back to the business problem. But before that, I will talk about one more thing. How many records I have in this sheet? If I count number of records, we have 43 records. There are 43 records in my data. You see this number of records. I don't have that in the source. It is coming by default. Anytime I will connect to Tableau, this number of records will always come. And you see this hash, hash, hash. Here hash, then before hash there is one small equal to sign. Small equal to sign means it is a calculated field. Some calculation is going on at the back end. If I right click on unit price, there is no edit option coming in. There is no edit option. However, if I click on the number of records, there is an edit option coming in, because it is a calculated field, some calculation going at the back end. And that calculation is nothing but number one. What does that mean? Tableau at the back end, what it does is it will store number one against each row like this. At the back end, it is doing a Cartesian product and assigning number one against each of the records. And then if I do sum, it will give me 43. If you see here, if I drag this in the text, you will see 43 coming. So against each record, it is putting number one, and then it is summing up number of records, which is helping us to give me the total number of records. If I will, let's say for fun, let's try to update this to 2. What will happen? 43 will become 86. Okay, so this is a simple logic which Tableau created. Anyways, suppose I am joining multiple tables and then I'm getting a single output. I can get the total number of records from all the joined data. I can able to understand how many records I have in my data set. So this number of records will always generate when you connect to Tableau. And it will give me total number of records coming from the source. Now, as per the business problem, they are looking for employees are measured on total sales. I want to find it in each region which representative is doing good. So I will have to create one calculated field, which is nothing but unit price multiplied by units. How can we do that? Right click, you see this, create. So you have to right click in the left pane here. Here it will not come. You have to right click in this area. Create calculated field. Second option is you can directly go to the field, right click here, and then create calculated field. Or you can go to this, you see small drop down here, create calculated field. Or you can go to analysis, create calculated field, or finally go to data source, drop down, create calculated field. These are the 5 options we have, Tableau have given us. I'll right click and create calculated field. I'll click it. You will see this box coming in. You can change the field name, let's say total sales. If I'll start typing, you see automatically it will giving me the option. What all fields are there, what all functions are there with UN. You'll get all the options. I am interested in unit price multiplied by units. That is nothing but total sales. Here you can see there are a lot of functions also available. We'll talk about some of the important functions in the future classes. A lot of functions are there. When you click on the individual function, it will give you the syntax also, how we can use this function. We'll discuss that one by one, some of the important ones. Unit price into units, total sales is created. Click OK. I get the total sales column. And you see this hash, before hash, there is a equal to sign. That means it is a calculated field. Some calculations are going on. So you will get the edit option as well. Now, what is my requirement? In which region, which representative having more sales? In which region, which representative having more sales? Here we go. The chart is created. I'll click on this standard, go to entire view. What will happen? It will take this entire space, and you see that a beautiful bar chart is created. And in central region, Matthew is having more sales. In east region, Suzanne is having more sales. And in west region, James is having more sales. These are the 3 guys eligible for bonuses. Just with 3 or 4 clicks, we are ready with the answer. Now it's time for enhancing this chart. Suppose I want to sort. You see this button sort? I can sort ascending or descending from here. Business says that do one thing. I want central region in different color, east region in different color, and west region in different color. I will drag region in colors. You see, we are having different colors for different region. I can edit the colors as well as per my requirement. Let's say my company has my own color brand. I can go ahead, edit color option we have. You see here, we have a lot of options coming in, different type of colors we have. Let's say I want to give the blue shade. Assign palette, click OK. You see, we are getting this blue shade charts. I can go to, let's say, different type of color as well. Let's say I'll go with some Miller stone type of color. You'll get this option. You can change the color. I can create my own colors as well. We'll see that in the future class. How we can add my own colors. Let's say my company, the Scholar. Now here I want to use my own color. Let's say blue and orange color. So I can use that. I can create my own color palette as well. Now business says that do one thing. Can you put the total sales of individual guy on top of the bar? I will drag this total sales in the label. You see this? We have individual sales coming in the bar. I can format this as well. Let's say I want to put dollar at the start. I'll go to this drop down. There is an option of format. I'll go to the number here and make it as currency. I can put dollar. Suppose I want to change this unit to thousands. That is also possible. 3.11K. I can increase the font as well, make it bold, black, increase the size, pretty much possible. I want to make changes in the axis as well. I also want this as 0 to 3.11K, something like that. I want to change this axis. Right click, format, axis, and from here, make it currency custom, make it as thousands, make it as dollars. You can change it to black, bold, done. You see, when I'm hovering, a white box is coming in. This white box is known as tool tip. Suppose I want to write the region is central, the representative is Alex, the total sales is $2.81K. I can do that. I can go to tooltip and here I will write the region is, the representative is, the total sales is. You can see you're getting the value here. That is how you can customize your tooltip as well. We'll see that how we can dynamically update also. That is also possible. Lot of things you will see in the future classes. Now let's say I want to create one more chart. As of now, this is showing me the total sales by region. Now I want total sales by region and representative. Now I want to create one more chart. I will create one more sheet. I want to know sales by region, total sales by region. I don't want representative now. I'll drag region, I'll drag total sales, and then I will select the chart from here. I can go with pie chart. You see, when I'm putting one dimension, one measure, these are the charts which are enabled. These are the charts not enabled. When I'm clicking, nothing is happening because it is still grayed out. I can click this chart, I can click this chart, I can click this chart. These charts are possible. I'm creating this pie chart, entire view. Now what I want is I can put region detail in the label so that I'll get the regions. I can put total sales also in the label. You can get total sales as well. Now the interesting thing which I want to talk about is when I'm hovering here, you see this tooltip coming in this box. When I'm hovering on the central region, these employees of central region should come in the tooltip. In this white box, that bar chart of the central region should come. Very simple. Click on the tooltip. Insert sheet 1. These are my dimensions, width and height. Let me make a width bit bigger, 500 cross 300. Click OK. And now when I'm hovering, you can see that the corresponding employee details also coming in. How easy is that? And that is how you created this visualization and this visualization as well. Till this point, any questions you have? I need responses from all of you guys. Any doubts? Mukul, Agnesh, Hitanshi, all clear, perfect. Okay, now how to save this file? What are the ways we have? Short keys, as in basically it's like a drag and drop type of a tool. So as such, short keys are not there. Okay, all right. Now, how will I save this file? There are multiple ways again. Suppose I want to save this as an image, as a picture. Right click, copy, image. Click copy, go to PPT and Control V. Done. It's stored as an image. Second way is I can go to file. You see this export to PowerPoint, you can do that. Print to PDF, you can do that. But the problem in PPT, PDF and image is that the interactivity is lost. You see here, right? I am not getting any tooltip here because it's a photo. I cannot get the tooltip. I will not able to get that white box. And if I want to click a bar, that is also not possible. However, here I can click, all those things can be done. Here I am not able to do that. So if I want the interactivity, then I can save the file as save as. There are two options: TWB, Tableau workbook, TWBX, Tableau packaged workbook. Okay. What is the difference? Now I created this report using CSV file and I'm saving this file as a .twb and I will send this file to you guys. You guys will not able to open the file because you don't have the CSV file with you. You don't have the data source with you. As the data source is not with you, TWB file will not be open. It will look for data source. But if I save the file as TWBX packaged workbook, in that case you will able to open the file because package workbook is something like a zip type of a file where data source also goes along. Look and feel wise, when I click on this TWBX, you see this golden line coming in. That means it's a TWBX file. When I'm going with TWB file, TWB file will be something like without golden. I'll check if I can find. Yeah, this one test. It's a without golden file, without golden line. So if it is without golden line, then it is TWB. But if it is with golden line, then it is TWBX. Okay, that is how you will able to save the file to take care of the interactivity. And that is how we will solve this small business problem without any issues. And that is the idea which I wanted to give you about Tableau. Any questions you have, you can ask. If no questions you have, then I have some questions for you guys. This is the first question. To connect Tableau to a CSV data source, what type of connection should you use? Excel file, text file, Access file, statistical file. Text file, absolutely. Next, what are the two main groups? that all fields are broken up into the Tableau. Dimensions and measures. Perfect. What are calculated fields in Tableau? There is only one calculated field in Tableau, number of records. Any numeric field is a calculated field because it can be used in calculation. These are custom variables that you create from the fields provided in the data. Calculated fields have to be created in Excel, then imported to Tableau. Option is 3, guys. Option number 3. It is not only numeric, it can be string also, guys. Okay, it's not like numeric only. String we did not talk about, we'll talk about that in future, but it is like any custom field which we are creating. Next, how many fields can I add to be shown in the label? I did not talk about that. How many fields can I add in the label? So answer is no limit. I will show you that. As of now, you see here, I am putting the sales values. I can put item also. I can put region also. I can put date also, but it will not make any sense. Okay, it will not make any sense. That's why it's not showing me in like it's not advisable, but there is no limit. I can put n number of values, no limit. Okay, next. What is the main thing you should take into account when setting the colors for your chart in Tableau? Trick question. Colors are automatically set by Tableau and cannot be changed. The number of objects on your chart, you should use as many as colors as possible. Ideally, every object should have unique colors. The main thing is to take into account is the end user and viewer. Colors should assist them in seeing the insights your chart is portraying. Colors does not matter in data visualization. Random or default colors should be fine. What is the answer? Option number 3 is the answer, Itanshi. Okay. Because here I segregated by region, right? I put color in region. If I'll remove this and put representative in color, will that make sense? It's very confusing. Each representative will have its own color. Is this more intuitive or this is more intuitive? This one, right? I'm able to understand, okay, this central region and these all bars are for central region. So I cannot have all the colors for all the objects, not necessary. What information I'm looking for, that will make more sense to put the colors. All right, so this is about the questions, and finally I told you I am Tableau certified. I did the certification in 2017, and this certificate was valid for 2 years. It's expired now, but when I was working for Deloitte at that time, I did that. I got around 91% marks, something, I guess. Yeah, 91. Yeah, 91%. And again, it's a tough exam. If you are looking for, you can think of, else that's fine, not necessary. All right. So this is what I wanted to cover, and any doubts you have, you can pretty much ask. I am done from my side for today's class. I don't want to overwhelm you guys. I hope you guys understood Tableau, a bit of idea what it is, and how we can use that for any specific background for Tableau plus not required as such. As I mentioned, Abhishek, Tableau plus Power BI plus SQL. If you are having any experience with that, also you are going. By this training, you will easily able to show you 3+ years of industry experience. I'll give you lots and lots of exercises. No background is required. One of my student who was a real estate agent, he is now working in Novartis, working in Tableau, right? So he was like altogether from different field, right? So there is no background as such required. SQL is very, very important, plus Tableau and Power BI. The combination is good. After that, obviously, data science is a big journey. It's a very first stepping stone of data science. Once you complete Tableau, then you can learn Python, you can learn R, you can learn data science in detail. All those things will be like later point in time. But to get into the data world, this is the important step. Tableau SQL is good combination. Plus Power BI, you are also learning, so it's okay. That's also fine. I've seen SQL requirement in analytics. Can it be used in some other fields as well? See, when you are dealing with the data, Sonia, at that point in time, SQL is required. Whether it is analytics, whether it is business intelligence, whether it is data warehousing development, whether it is any data related work, SQL is must. Because big companies will not store the data in Excel. Big companies will use databases. So in that case, SQL is very, very important. SQL will be there in this class. Yes, we have 4 hours of content of SQL where you will have a good idea about SQL as well. Vijay. SQL is very, very important. No doubt about that. If you are only SQL expert, you will get a job. That is my guarantee. Plus Tableau, icing on the cake. If we know both tools package, see this training is for Power BI, Tableau, and SQL. I will not say that you become expert in both the tools, but I will say that after this training, you should have a good understanding of Tableau, Power BI. One of the tools you will have to choose as an expert, maybe Tableau or Power BI, based on your practice, plus SQL. And if you're a fresher, then around 6.5 package is very much easy. If you are having 3+ years of industry experience, then 10.5 is very much easy. So basically the requirement is more at this point, and companies are looking for a lot of people, but they are not getting the skilled professionals. And this training is all about understanding the each and every nitty gritty of this particular software. At the end of this training, you will be perfect. You will be very much confident on Tableau, Power BI, and SQL, and that will help you to get into any of the IT companies. We will work on projects. Yes, absolutely. I'll show you. I'll give you some projects. You have to work on it. Without that, it's not possible. As I mentioned, I will give you 100% from my side, but I need 100% from you as well. And sometimes I can be very strict as well because I want you guys to do well. In this training, we will learn basic or advanced as well. We will learn till advanced. Everything will be advanced, no basics. I told you I am going to share my knowledge which I am doing in Tableau with current clients as well. I'll show you one dashboard. Wait a minute. Give me a minute. Where is that? Hmm. This one, you see. I used to create a lot of dashboards and for my practice purpose also because I want to make some beautiful dashboards. Let it open. I'll show you this dashboard and you just tell me how much time it took for me to create. I created this dashboard for one of my clients. So tell me how much time did it take for me to create. I'll share some of the real-time visualizations as well. Here, I'll show you the functionality. You tell me how much time it will take, right? When I'm clicking on furniture, you see it is showing me furniture data, office supply data. When I'm clicking on technology, it is giving me technology data. When I'm clicking on this arrow, it is replacing the entire chart with a table. See, I can save it in PDF also. I can save it in image also. I can save it in PPT also. This entire dashboard, how much time will it take to create? Any idea? It took me around 10 minutes to create this entire dashboard. And that is what I will make you perfect on Tableau. If you want to create this type of dashboard, you will able to create in 10 minutes. That is my guarantee. But yeah, obviously you have to practice. There are various dashboards I've created. I'll show you as and when the class will proceed. But I will make sure that you will have a great understanding of this software. I told you that we can create a lot of different charts as well. I think I will have some. This calendar view, I'll show you this. I created for coronavirus. On daily basis, how many coronavirus patients are coming in? Hmm, I'll show you that. I updated the data till first week of May, I guess, 2nd May. You see, this is my data. See here, it's a calendar view. On 22nd of April, they started. The account started. Then you see it's proceeding on 15th, which is Tuesday. 15 patient came in. These are like the month of this. This is January, February, March. This is April. In April, you see started increasing the number of counts. Then on May, this is the count. Obviously, the data today is 9th of May, so I have to update the data. But you can see that I can able to see in a calendar type of a format. This is showing me the entire trend over the period of time, highest number of cases per day, what is the average, all those things you can able to see. So that is one of the chart you can create. Okay, so we'll see that a lot of things we have to do, but these are the I would say amazing thing we can do using this chart, using this Tableau software. All right, so this is what I have. We are going to learn a lot of things. Yes, absolutely, we'll learn a lot of things, that is for sure. So we'll see you in the next class. Any questions you have, please ask. Mukul, Agnesh, Hitanshi, Sonia, Vikas. All right. Okay, so cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks for your time. Before we start, or second, please let us know. Yeah, so to download Tableau, I already shared the link with you guys. So this is the student license. I already pinged you. I'll ping you again. So this is you can go for. Second is public.tableau.com. You can use this for free software. Okay. So these are the two options we have. And I will ask Scholar team to upload the content for today so that you can do practice with the files which I have shown you today. Okay, so thanks guys, thanks a lot, and hope to see you tomorrow with some more cool stuffs. Till then, take care and don't go outside.